Welcome back to more Trial of Ascension challenge, everyone. So last time we finished up with floor number 87, and this time we are doing floor number 88. Okay, so as I said in the end of the last video, we are for sure approaching the end of the TOA challenge, because, well, there's only about 12 floors left, only 12. And yes, each one is taking a very long time, which is why I'm doing ×2 speed now for at least area 1 and area 2 of every floor, but not area 3, because, you know, area 3 is the mini-boss, and nothing's more important to show off and for you to actually see how I'm, like, doing it strategically. But yeah, these other ones, you know, they're a cakewalk usually, area 1 and 2. There are some exceptions, though, because, you know, the last video, I think it was last video, where I was, talking about, how my bread actually died, and then I ended up beating the boss with 4 monsters. So that was pretty interesting, you know, I managed to do it, so... But it was an exception, of course, because Area 2 was much harder than Area 3 for some reason. Anyway, this one here has the, what is Azelius and Priz. Priz is a pretty interesting monster. I've already done a monster strategy on him. Basically, he's a weaker Darien, because he can protect allies against the normal elements, fire, water, and wind, a hell of a lot more, not a hell of a lot more, a little bit more than Darien, 20% versus 15%, but Darien also protects against dark and light attacks, which is why Darien is technically better, because in the end game, you're gonna see a lot more light and dark monsters, a hell of a lot more. And on top of that, Darien's first and second skill are actually superior to Priz's first and second, which is why everybody ditches Priz in favor of Darien. This floor here has the wind golems, which I actually forgot what the hell they are named, and where the hell's the oh, I forgot the light one too. Like, I forgot the actual names. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Now, the light one, though, is the annoying one, right? I think so. He's doing... yeah, he is. Freaking... do you see that garbage? Do you see that? Yeah, light jokers have a chance to basically completely evade any attack by a certain percentage. I don't know the exact percentage, I forgot, but it's annoying because, you know, it's basically a lot of luck based. Sometimes he can, like, dodge 10 attacks in a row, which is absolutely insane. And sometimes he's just not going to, you know? Like, you can attack him 20 times in a row. Well, I mean, he's not going to survive 20 attacks, but you get the point. So this one here is, okay, 2 Occult girls. And, yeah, the fire one is the only one whose name I forget, because, see, the wind one is Charlotte, the water one is Annabelle, the light is Laura, and the dark is Nikki, but who is the fire? I don't know, actually. I have no idea. And then there's a dark Lich King, which has... okay, this video is like the forgetting episode, because now I'm going to say something else. The Dark Lich has a passive called, like, what, King of the Dead or something? And to this day, I still haven't taken the time to actually go to the monster section and look at his freaking passive and what it does, because I forgot. I'm pretty sure I saw it, like, one point early in the game, but eventually I just forgot about it. But the main reason why I'm interested in it is because every single time you attack him, it always says it triggers it. It says passive King of the Dead. So I'm like, what the hell? Like... it's obviously happening, but I don't see what's happening. I don't see what's going on. So I don't know. Cause like, yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I have no idea. See, every single time you attack him, it says that King of the Dead. And that's the main reason why I'm curious as to what it does. Because honestly, from the outside, just by looking at this, I don't see any difference. Like, I don't see what's going on. Are his stats improving over time? He's not doing anything to me. I don't think his bar is improving when he takes hits, so I don't know. Like, I really have no idea. Anyway, I mean, what else is there to say, really? I mean, from this point, you know, I started utilizing DOTs effectively. You know, basically when a monster is at that little HP like Charlotte, leave them alone because the DOTs will get them. You're wasting turns attacking them. That's one of the strategies I can recommend. But, I mean, aside from that, it's really just about, you know, AoE stunning for the most part. You have to do that. Just keep AoE stunning, and sooner or later you will do it, because the DOTs, I mean, see, if you use AoE stunning and AoE DOTs along with sustain, you can actually do pretty good in the entire TOA. I mean, that's one of the main things about the TOA. It's AoE stunning, AoE DOTs, high sustain, and high speed. Those 4 things. If you have those 4 key components, you'll be good. Because all you have to do is, stun enemies occasionally, inflict DOTs, let the DOTs do the work while sometimes they're stunned, bring sustain to tank it, just gotta tank the hits, and have high speed to try and get a lot of turns in with stunning and DOTs. And that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say, but that's ToE in a nutshell. Now, ToE hard is a bit more complicated, certain floors especially, oh my god. Which is why you have to bring in unique strategies, such as using Mav, because Mav's Wings of Wind, very amazing, I must say. Very amazing component. So this one here has, these monsters I believe are called, Hina? I think it's Hina. I better not be wrong. For some reason I think I'm wrong, I don't know why, but, But yeah, the Wind Amazons are regarded as the weakest Amazons, the worst of the 5. For several reasons. I mean, it's basically by default, just because the Fire one is one of the best single target nuker 3 stars in the game. The amount of damage that last shot can do, oh my god. Also has some pretty decent DOT usage, and just, 2 attacks with a high critical rate, it's good. The water one, Ellen, or by the way, the fire one is called Ceres. The water one called Ellen is actually a pretty good despair user, believe it or not. I mean, if you make her fast, tanky, and high accuracy, she can lower ATBs a lot, she can AoE stun, she actually has a move that can freeze, her second skill, and you also have a chance to, of course, stun with despair as well. So, like, it's really good, it is. And then, the light one, as you already know, is a boss killer, tank killer. She's more situational, but she is still good, she shines in what she's supposed to do. And then the dark one, pretty good for certain PvP, because she can actually prevent reviving, and that is very nice. And yeah, and then the wind one has like a 3rd attack, which is just not as good as other ones apparently, so that's the main issue, Anyway, here are 3 succubus. Now the succubuses are monsters which I sadly do not know the names of that much, because I don't see them all that much. Like, see, okay. What you'll notice in this game is that monsters that you see a lot of, you'll know the names in no time. Like, for example, who doesn't know Lucian? Who doesn't know Lucian, okay? Who doesn't know... You get the point, okay? If they're a famous monster, you will know them within weeks or months at the most of playing this game, like when you first start. But if they're not popular, like... Yeah, you won't know. For example, who's Camarine, people? Who's Camarine? I mean, if you see my monster strategies, you would probably know, if you memorized them. Most people don't know who Camarine is. Why? Because she freaking sucks. Camarine. C-A-M-A-R-Y-N. Who is that? Most people would not get it correctly. They don't know who that is, because she's never used in this game because she sucks. So the point that I'm trying to say is, if a monster is not used a lot, yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, of course. Camarine is the dark pixie, by the way. Camarine. Yeah, see? Nobody uses her. As soon as I said that and you didn't know, you're like, oh, well, duh, why would I know that garbage monster? Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I do. I should drink some water. Do you guys hear all this water? Probably. I don't know if it'll get picked up on the microphone really well, though. Or it might not even sound like water. I should drink some water, though. There we go, that's refreshing. That hits the spot. I mean, actually, it's a pretty good thing, like, when you're doing commentaries, let's plays, or just, well, yeah, commentaries in general, having a water bottle next to you is a good thing, because what you'll notice is that if you talk a lot, yes, if you talk a lot, like, okay, there's certain let's players that, they say one word and then like 10 seconds passes by and then another word or another sentence. That's not talking a lot, and overall it's not very engaging for many people. So I guess in that situation, the water bottle is whatever, but I'm saying if you talk a lot and fast, having a water bottle next to you is very helpful. You gotta take a little break, drink some water, clear your throat, because your throat will freaking die within 2 videos if you are very energetic and alert while talking and all that stuff, so it's convenient. Yeah, by the way, this is floor 90, everyone. So, you know what that means? It is boss time. Let me just tell you something right now. It is a Dark Sylph. It is a Dark Sylph, and that dude... He's crazy. He's cray-cray. Alright, his Nightfall move is so freaking OP. Like, wow. And yes, I mean, I know exactly what's gonna happen. So, I mean, we are approaching this, so I guess I can actually just start, you know, talking about it a bit. Or maybe not, because the battle actually takes quite a long time, so whatever. Let's actually talk about these, Water Phantom Thieves and Dark... I was gonna say Dark Waz. Oh my god. Dark, oh god, Rakshasa. Yes. Dark Hua. I mean, that just tells you how popular Hua is, you know? It's like, okay, with Neostone Fighters, I remember being in the chat for Summoner's War, people were like, who's the best Neostone Fighter? People were like, Trevor, of course, no, Trevor's awesome. And then a comment was like, Dark Trevor is pretty good too. And people were like, what the hell are you talking about? It's called Dark Neostone Fighter. Yes, the Dark Neostone Fighter is actually a pretty good monster. He is. But the point, you know, the point is that it was still funny because he said Dark Trevor. Assuming that Trevor is actually Neostone Fighter, or assuming that Trevor is the default, you know, of that monster. So it was saying Dark Trevor, when Trevor is only the fire. So it's like, Dark Trevor's pretty good too. It's like, it's not Trevor. It's Dark Neostone Fighter, man. Come on. That's just funny, you know? Okay, this area right here, by the way, kill the stupid dark ones. If you need advice, because this one was actually hard. It was. I think I died one time in this one. In this scenario. For like this area. Those dark thingies, they're gonna put a bomb in your face, and then they're gonna get an extra turn. And then, yeah. And because they're all dark, they were spamming all their bombs on Amen. And Veramos can only cleanse one per turn. So he couldn't like cleanse 3 bombs in time, you know, before like at least one went off, and then, oh my god, Helman ended up dying, so I had to reset, of course, and that was stupid. Okay, but anyway, I finally did it within like, I want to say 2 or 3 tries, but anyways, the boss is next. Now, this first attempt for the boss, I'm putting it at times 2 speed because it's actually a fail, but I want to tell you guys what I did wrong here. First of all, I got lucky in the beginning by stunning everybody except the boss because he's immune, of course, and then I provoked the boss. So you might be thinking, well, that's a good thing, right? Well, initially, yes. You know, I was just being aggressive and everything. I was being very aggressive, but eventually it was just really bad. And I ended up doing really wrong things. For example, don't provoke the freaking Grim Reaper. Provoke the stupid boss. Because if that boss lands Nightfall on you, you're toast, for the most part. They're gonna freaking spam you. And as soon as a Megan gets Spell of Strengthening up, like that attack is buffed up, which means that they're gonna do some massive damage on you. And yeah, do you see that? It's not good. So first of all, bring more AoE stunners. Bring more. Bring 3. So I'm gonna be switching Bernard to Shannon because yes, this is obviously a failed attempt, as you can see. And yeah, it was just hard. It took me a couple of tries, but I'm only showing this one fail because I don't want to waste too much time. But yeah, switch Bernard out for Shannon. At least that's what I would do. So new attempt, here we go. This attempt is now in, you know, normal speed. And it does take quite a long time. So what you want to do is, of course, you know, AoE stun. Try to stun as many monsters as you can. Also, in the beginning, I would recommend, I mean, and here I was debating, but I would recommend Turbulence. Do not let that freaking Sylph get a turn. Instead, you want to, you know, lower that bar and only let him get a turn if he's provoked. But don't let him land Nightfall. Do not. For his second skill. But yeah, it's a lot of AoE, you know. That Phoenix's fire is also very helpful. And then, you know, you just gotta keep provoking as many monsters as you can. So once the Sylph actually attacks, get Amen immediately and make him provoke the boss. Also, try to land that glancing hit move on a lot of different enemies as you know, as many as you can. And then see, there's more AoE stunning. But yeah, this boss is, I mean, I've seen a lot of monsters actually have problems with him, and I did for a while too. But like I said, you want to bring a lot of AoE stunners, and DOT usage is very nice as well. You know, Veramos' first skill as well as Phoenix's Fire from Beretta. That combination, it's nice. It's really nice. Now, one of the things that I should say, you probably saw this, but, actually, I don't know if you saw this. Well, no. I'll talk about it right now. This attempt here, okay, first of all, it took me, I believe, maybe about 5 tries or so. And then I eventually did it when I was not recording because I was practicing. and I actually completed it. And I was like, oh my god, I did it, but it wasn't recording. So I got the reward of a light and dark scroll, but then I was like, oh man, I'll have to show it again. So I already have the reward, I'll just tell you right now. Because this, I'm redoing it, so it costs me 0 energy, but I get no reward. So that's why I'm redoing it, you know, obviously to show it. But yeah, just a heads up in case you see that I don't actually get the scroll. Okay, so let's see, what else is there to talk about? I mean, what you want to do is target the Grim Reapers as much as you can. Only attack the Sylph when you have to use Turbulence on it or Provoke. Or maybe you can land a debuff like a Glance on it. See, right there, luckily he didn't use Nightfall. He used Turbulence, his second skill. It's still pretty deadly, but Nightfall is worse. So they can attack there. And here I use Turbulence on him. It's a Turbulence war. But yeah, target most of your attacks towards the Grim Reapers, because that's what you want to do. That's how you deal with the spam stage. Again, only target the boss when you are trying to get status elements on him, like maybe a glancing hit, you know, Spirit Ball attack, or Provoking, or Turbulence. But that's pretty much it. Any other situation, attack, you know, other monsters. Now right there I actually did not pay attention. I should have provoked the boss, but that's okay. I ended up provoking a Megan, but whatever. Now in there I actually, let's see, do I keep attacking the Grim Reaper, or do I just, you know, okay, I was actually smart, finally. Yes, finally. And then, you know, more AoE stunning, of course, that's helpful. So from this point on, I believe everybody's attacking the Megans except Vertiheel. Vertiheel obviously must not attack Waters because he needs to crit every single time. So every monster, or maybe Beretta was attacking the boss too, I don't know. And, you know, the occasional Provoke, of course, towards the boss. But aside from that, attacks usually go to Megan. Or the Megans, yes, the Megans. And yeah, I mean, once you kill the 2 Grim Reapers, it does become a lot easier, although it could still be quite deadly, because if you don't provoke him for a turn, the boss, he could get Nightfall, and you could be screwed. You could be. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. There is not much else to say. It is hard. I mean, even watching this, you could be like, oh man, it's still freaking hard. Like, yeah, I mean, first of all, it's like I said a few videos ago, I'm not using Violent. I'm not using Violent on any of these 5 monsters, so that's just a heads up. Not Vertiheel, not Amin. Amin is actually full energy. Vertiheel is Swift Blade, although I want to make him Swift Revenge. And Veramos is Swift Energy, although I want to make him Swift Nemesis, but whatever. So, yeah, that's pretty much how my setup is. I'm not using Violent because it's the same, okay, I'm not going to repeat it, but it's what I said, I believe, 2 videos ago. That's the main reason, although I do understand that, you know, once you have some godlike runes, Violent would of course be better. But at the moment, no, I'm not going to depend on Violent, because if I were to use Violent at the moment, I would be in a position where I would have to depend on procs, on Violent procs. But eventually I know that you don't have to if you have god runes. But whatever. So, I mean, the last Megan is almost dead, of course. I mean, by this point, I'm just like, you know, waiting for this damn video to end. I mean, I am surprised, though. I mean, when I did it off-screen, I was very surprised, I must say. I was very surprised that I actually did it. Because I had already failed like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, I can't do this. I just can't do this anymore, people. I can't. But I managed. I managed to do it. So by that point, I believe Megan is, yeah, pretty much dead. Because, you know, she has 60, yeah, she had 60 OTs on her, which would be at 30%, and she, of course, had less than 30%. So now it's just the boss, who just keeps getting provoked every single time, and, I mean, that's pretty much it, you know? That is pretty much the boss. I mean, I say pretty much like it's simple. It's not simple. It's not. You need to be very strategic. Oh, and again, Beretta is actually not at max skills, so the cool time is still, it can still improve. That's the only thing that I'm lacking. But everybody else is max skill. They all have at least, you know, plus 12 5-star runes, except I think Shannon has 1 4-star rune. But whatever, everybody else has all 6 5-star or 6-star runes at plus 12. Obviously Awakened, obviously level 46-star. So, yeah. Only thing I'm missing is Beretta skill ups, which will come in a few weeks, you know, once I get more Devilmons. Because yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna upgrade his skills with Devils. People would disagree with that, but you know what? I need him. I need him badly. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody, and until next time.